I welcome you all for today class for first standard 6th. We are going to see the lesson 3 from Unit-2. The topic of the lesson is Children of India by Ruskin Bond. Look at this picture. What do you think about this? How do you go to school? Bus, by car, by auto, or on foot? But look at these children. What do you think about this? Yes, when I see the picture, I realize how blessed we are, how lucky we are. Yes, we are getting everything in our doorsteps, like transport facility, books, teachers, and guidance, everything. But there are many children in our country who overcome various obstacles daily to reach their schools. First of all, I would like to tell something about the author Ruskin Bond. Ruskin Bond was an Indian author of British origin. He was born in 1934. He has written many books for children as well as adults. He is best known for his short stories set in Himalayan towns. Some of his loved stories are The Blue Umbrella, Harold on Cornwall, and Tiger in the Tunnel. He has written many books for children as well as adults, and he got many awards like Padma Shri and Padma Bhushan. He grew up in Jamnagar, New Delhi, Dehradun, and he lived 3 years in UK. Now he lives in Missouri. He celebrated his last birthday on 86th birthday on last February, and he spent most of his lifetime in hill station. So he knew very well about their lifestyle. So he knew about very well their lifestyles and their struggles, and so through this lesson the author describes how the children how they deal with such adverse situation and come out winners. There are many children in our country who overcome various obstacles daily to reach their school. The author describes his experience with the children who he passes by on their way to school every day. Boys and girls from the surrounding the villages and outskirts of the hill station. There are no school buses playing for these children. Playing means traveling regularly on the particular route. Ranbir, who was 10, had to climb the mountain from his village 4 miles distant and 2000 feet below the town level. He comes in all weathers, wearing the same pair of cheap shoes. They have almost fallen apart. Ranbir is a friendly child. The author has observed him over time to find that he is a cheerful but defiant child. He used to give the cucumbers from his father's field in exchange for money, which he uses on his household and school expenses. Many of the children like Ranbir, poor but slightly better off than what their parents were at the same age. They could not attend the expensive residential and private schools that abound at the same age. Abound means exist in a great numbers. But most go to the government aided schools with only basic facilities. Not many of their parents managed to go to school. They spent their lives working in the fields or delivering milk in the hill station. But the lucky ones got into the army. Perhaps Ranbir will do something different when he grows up. Ranbir never saw a train. But he saw planes flying over the mountains almost every day, and he wondered how far planes could go. And so he asked to the author how far a plane could go. The author replied that all over the world and thousands of miles in a day. And he planned to buy a plane and travel around the world one day. The author thought that he, he can do it because he had a determined chin and a defiant look in his eye. Up to a few years ago, very few girls in the hills or in the villages of India went to school. They helped in the home until they were old enough to be married. It wasn't very old, but there are now just as many girls in there are boys going to school. Bindra is something an extrovert. Extrovert means a lively and confident person who enjoys being with others. And is a confident 14 years old and who chatters away. Chatters away means it talks quickly and continuously as she hurries down the road with her companions. Her father is a forest god and knows the author quite well. And the author met him on his walks through the deodar woods behind the landor, and he had grown used to seeing Bindra almost every day. When she did not put in an appearance for a week, so the author asked her brother what happened. The boy replied that he went to help her mother to cut the grass. She went with her mother to cut the grass. Soon the monsoon will end and the grass would dry up. So they went for grass cutting because winters are severe in the hills with heavy snowfall making it impossible for people to come out their homes for several days. They not only have to store enough food for themselves but also for their animals. They usually do this before winter when plants have to dry up yet. Look at this picture, children. I think the picture shows how the winter affect their life. This is normal situation, normal season. Their places is like that, and winter is severely affected their place like this. Not only Bindra's brother, in India, every boys likes cricket, right? Cricket wants the game of the elite. Elite means what? Elite means a small group of people in a society who are powerful and have a lot of influence and has become the game of the masses. Masses means the ordinary people. On any holiday in any part of this vast country, group of boys can be seen working their way to the nearest field or open patch of land with bat, ball, and any other cricketing gear that they can cobble together. And watching some of them play, the author watched some of them play, and he was amazed at the quality of their talent, at the fineness with which they bat or bowl. Some of the local teams are good, if not better than any form of private schools where there are better facilities. The author felt uh, felt that they will never get any exposure that is necessary to bring them to the attention of those who select a state or national teams. They will never get near enough to the men of influence and power. They must continue to play for the love of the game, to watch their more fortunate heroes exploit on television. We know as the winter approaches and the days grow shorter. But in hill station, children who lived far away must quicken their pace in order to get home before dark. Ranbir and his friends find that darkness has fallen before they are halfway to home. It's dark at 6 by then. The Ranbir likes to be out of the Durer forest and the open road to the village. The moon and the stars and the village lights are sufficient, but not in the forest, where it is even during the day. The large fruit bats and flying foxes. This can be little disconcerting for the hardest of the children. Disconcerting means feeling unsettled. And once Ranbir and the other boys were chased by a bear. Once Ranbir were chased by a bear, and Arthur appreciated him that he could run faster than a bear. And he replied to the author and shared his experience to the author that if anyone chased by a bear, they will have to run to downhill. He spoke as having long experience of escaping from bears, and the author thanked him for his advice. Usually, Ranbir had the company of other boys, and they sang most of the way for a loud singing by small boys would silence owls frighten away forest demands. Yes, yes, my dear student, if you listen music, you can it will help you to forget all the worries and scares. So one of them plays a flute, and the flute music in the mountains is always enchanting. Not only in the hills, but overall India, children are constantly making their way to and from school in conditions that range from dust storm in Rajasthan desert to blizzards in Ladakh and Kashmir. Blizzards means snowstorms with very strong winds. Look at this picture. This is blizzards. It was a look at the picture. Snow, how it fall, how it affected this area, and then this is called snowstorm. Look at this picture. This is not snow or anything. It's dust storm. Look at this picture. It will show how terrible it was. And in the larger towns and cities, there are school buses, but in remote rural areas, getting to school can pose a problem. And most children are more than equal to any obstacles that may arise. Like those youngsters in Ganjam district of Orissa, in the absence of a bridge, they swim or wade across the Dane river every day in order to reach their school. Wade means it's a walk with an effort through the water or mud. நீங்கள் ஒரு மட்லேயோ ரிவரில் நீங்கள் நடக்கும்போது தெரியும் it will hard to walk. That is called wade. So Arthur had a picture of them in his scrapbook. This is Arthur's drawing. So holding books on Scatzler's loft in one hand, they do the breaststroke or a dog paddle with the other, or form a chain and help each other to cross. ஒவ்வொரு ஸ்டூடெண்ட்டும் அவங்க ஃப்ரெண்டுக்கு ஹெல்ப் பண்ணுவாங்க அந்த ரிவரை கிராஸ் பண்ணுறதுக்கு. For example, look like this. And in this picture, every picture shows how they face the struggles every day to just even reach the school. Wherever you go in India, you will find children helping out with the family source of livelihood. Whether it be drying fish on Malabar coast or gathering saffron buds in Kashmir or grazing camels or cattle in a village in Rajasthan or Gujarat. Only the more fortunate can afford to send their children to English medium private or public schools. And those children really are fortunate. Yes, my dear children, a classroom without window or without roof, without walls, it's not uncommon. For example, look at this picture. There is no wall. They are creating their walls. Tent create பண்ணிட்டு இருக்காங்க. There is no benches. There is no roof. In this, look at this picture. They are sit uncomfortably, but they are studying. They want to study anyways. And look at this picture. There is no proper walls. There is no proper roof or bench, floor, but they want to study. A classroom without windows or with a roof that lets in a monsoon rain, it's not common. Even so, children from different communities learn to live and grow together. Their hearts makes brothers of us all. The census tell us that 2 in every 5 of the population is in the age group of 5 to 15. Almost half of our population is on the way to school. The great majority of our children will attend the school run by the state or municipality. These vary from good to the bad depending on how they are run and where they are situated. எல்லா ஸ்கூல்ஸும் ஒரே மாதிரி இருக்காது. ஒவ்வொரு ஏரியாலையும் ஒவ்வொரு டிஸ்ட்ரிக்க்கும் ஒவ்வொரு ஸ்டேட்ஸுக்கும் அது டிஃபர் ஆகிட்டே இருக்கும். And here the author stand at his window watching some of them pass by boys and girls, big and small, some scurfy, some smart, some mischievous, some serious, but all are going somewhere hopefully towards a better future. When we face hardships, we come together and help each other to overcome our difficulties. This bond of fellowship is highlighted by the children from the Ganjam district helping each other across the river, and by the Ranbir and his friends singing and walking together to cross the forest quickly. And look at the pictures. The children looks very happily. They're happy with what they have, but they have dreams. They deserve a. Yes, my dear students, I like to conclude this lesson. Our eminent scholar, our favorite 11th president, Mr. APJ Abdul Kalam. And dreams transform into thoughts, and thoughts result in action. Everyone should speak 5 lines to yourself every morning. I am the best. I can do it. God is always with me. I am a winner. Today is my day. We get out of life what we bring to. There is not a dream which may not come true. If we have the energy which determines our own fate, we can always get what we want if we will intensely enough. It may come when we no longer have any use of it, but if we have been willing it long enough, it will come. Thank you.